Kaylee Anthony's grandparents say they last saw Kaylee on June 16th. We continue now with Clint House, who lived with Kaylee's now jailed mother and her boyfriend in June. After Father's Day, which is the 16th, do you know what car she was driving?
She had the white Sunfire.
Did she ever change cars?
Nope. She always had the same car.
And you were under the assumption she was going to work every day?
Yes, ma'am.
And that Kaylee was at the grandparents'?
Yes, ma'am.
And there was nothing peculiar, no red flag?
No red flag, no.
How about with Tony? Did he ever say anything was odd?
He never said anything was odd.
Did it look like the relationship was blossoming?
It seemed like they were, you know, becoming pretty good, pretty tight in their relationship.
Was Kaylee a problem at all for Tony?
No, I don't think so. But like I said, I don't really want to talk about Tony. I don't want to put any words in Tony's mouth. When Tony's ready to talk about anything, he can talk about it, but I don't want to discuss Tony.
But did you ever see him, did they ever make a crack about Kaylee in front of you, or say anything that sort of
No, nothing negative about Kaylee.
Nothing at all?
He liked Kaylee. We all liked Kaylee.
So you moved out July 1. Between July 1 and July 14th, did you have any contact with Casey?
No, ma'am.
Did you talk to her?
No, ma'am.
Was she going to that bar where you're a DJ?
I stopped. I stopped doing the Friday nights with them at the end of June.
Did you see Tony at all during that period, between July 1 and July 15th?
No, I did not.
Did you talk to him on the phone?
No, I did not.
Why did you move out?
I needed my own place to stay. I was kind of staying at Tony's place for free, and I needed my own apartment. I didn't want to really, you know, leech off of Tony, and so I needed my own place to go, and I found a place to live, so I moved.
July 15th is the day the grandmother calls the police. She makes a series of 911 calls, and in one of them notifies the police that her granddaughter Kaylee is missing. How soon after that did you first learn that Kaylee was missing?
The day of, or the day after everything. As soon as I saw a news article that was released, that was when, I think it was like July 16th.
Do you know, did you talk to Casey after that point?
No, I did not.
Did you talk to Tony after that point?
Yes, I did.
Do you know how Tony learned about Kaylee had disappeared?
Casey was at his apartment whenever her mother came to get her.
What was that scenario like when the mother came?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Any problems, though? Was the mother mad?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Okay. So that's how Tony learns about it, and you learn about it the next day. And since then, do you know, have you heard anything from Casey or Tony about the missing Kaylee?
Me and Tony have talked about it. Of course, this is a pretty big story, but I have not talked to Casey, no.
Do you know the relationship now between Casey and Tony?
No, I do not.
So you don't know if it's still ongoing?
I'm pretty sure that it's not.
He hasn't been to jail to see her?
No, he's not.
So give me your overall view of Casey. If I met her someplace, let's say that I met her out here, and we were introduced, what would I think about her?
You probably think she was a good girl, like we all did.
So how does this surprise you?
Wouldn't you be surprised if somebody that was hanging out with you and your friends, like all of a sudden her daughter's missing and she's out partying?
Meaning on the 20th, when the pictures, were you there that night?
Yes, I was.
Do you remember being on the 20th, there on the 20th?
Yes, I do.
Do you remember who took the pictures?
Yes, I do.
Was she having a good time the 20th?
Yes, she was.
Nothing peculiar?
Nothing peculiar, no.
Now, she's people have said that she's lied about things. Lied about her job, you know about that?
Yes.
Surprise you?
She lied to us about her job.
Did she lie any other way to you?
She did say that she was trying to go back to school. That I don't think that was true either. She did tell me a story about the father of Kaylee that does not seem to be true.
Which was?
That the father died in a car accident on the way to one of Kaylee's birthday parties.
When she told you this, she looked you right in the eye and tell you this?
Yes, she did.
And not for 1 second did you suspect her?
Nope.
And she never said Casey been kidnapped? Or Kaylee, rather?
No. She never said anything to anybody.
Did she ever act scared?
Nope. She acted completely normal.
Everything was fine?
Everything was fine.
Anything else you want to add about the...
No. Seems to be it.
Strange, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Very strange.
We're live on the ground in Orlando, Florida, right in front of the home where Casey Anthony lives or lived with toddler Caylee. Missing Caylee Anthony's grandfather, George, maintains the toddler has been kidnapped. Does George know who has the little girl?
Sure, I got my own suspicions. I've said that for days now. I believe my daughter. I know that someone has my granddaughter. They do. And I said about how I felt about people being observed and all this other kind of stuff. I'm being watched because this is out there, you know. I'm being followed by people. I know that. I don't have no problem with that. I feel pretty safe. Someone's following me around. That's pretty cool. You guys are following me, you know. Whoever the local authorities, FBI might be following me around. They're giving me some help, you know, because there's threats out there, and guys just don't know. Oh, if you would see some of these letters, some of the emails, some of the phone calls we get, you guys just wouldn't believe it. You just wouldn't believe it. I'm not going to show them to you because then again, it's going to have their names, their phone numbers and stuff on it, and I don't want you guys bugging out, but the Sheriff's Department and the FBI are looking into these people. Believe me, because whenever you start threatening people, bodily harm, guess what? That's a problem.
Why are they threatening you?
Who knows? Who knows what the mind of some of these people are? They're simple-minded individuals, have a certain amount of intelligence, you know, and it's just really, really a shame.
But they're threatening bodily harm?
Oh yeah. It's just really, really weird of this world that we live in.
It must be frustrating not to be able to like knock on somebody's door that you think that they might know something or.
Well, that's something you guys don't know. We're going door to door. I'm just not driving the billboard around, or my wife, she's out doing her thing. So is my son. So are close friends and associates of ours that are helping us out. They're going door to door. Believe me.
And are people opening their doors and telling you what they know?
Some do, some don't. I mean, it's just the way it is. This is one of the worst things that could ever happen to a family. And I'm sure with them being a family, I think they could sympathize with us just a teeny bit if they'd understand that what we're doing every single day, it tears at you. It makes you sick. It makes you want to cry. It makes me just want to sit down here and just say why. But I don't. I'm not going to stop. I mean, I've had a chance to meet some of you guys even inside my home, and when you open up your home to someone, they come down, they sit down at your dining room table, or they sit down in chairs and you talk. You're putting a lot of trust and hope and faith into what they're going to report, and what they're going to say is going to be great. And I've had that connection with some of you guys. I really have, and it means a lot to me.
As you just heard, Caylee's family believes the little toddler has been kidnapped. Orange County Sheriff's investigators, meanwhile, insist that Casey Anthony is the last person who saw the little girl and that the jailed mother is hindering their investigation.
What we don't have is information on exactly where Caylee was last. The one person that has that information, Casey Anthony, is not providing information that's accurate to us in that regard. She is the last person that saw this child. Now, with that being said, there's been a lot of criticism or a lot of questions about, well, why haven't you done this, that, or the other? Well, because it is of no benefit today to do those sort of things. Sheriff Kevin Berry, at his disposal, has the nation behind him. Whatever assets or resources the Orange County Sheriff's Office needs to find this child, to rescue this child, to direct us to do a search for this child, all he's got to do is pick up the phone. As I said, we have currently in-house, the FBI has been assisting us on tips that outside of the state of Florida. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is also following up on tips within the state of Florida. We have their analysts. We've had meetings with the FBI. We have a large contingent of individuals to help us find Caylee. So we can, at any time, go out there and find her and rescue her if we have that starting point. And the best starting point is through these tips that we receive, as well as Casey. As far as we know, we believe that the last person that was with her that we know of and had contact with is Casey.
And all of her friends and acquaintances, you've determined, do not know anything. They're not lying to you. They really don't know.
We haven't, again, we haven't taken anything off the table in that regard, but our best starting block is Casey.